My name is Maddie, and this is my editorial analysis speech. Pornography has become a normalized activity throughout the world. However, does anyone ever take the time to learn what is actually happening in these videos? Nicholas Kristof, an opinion columnist for the New York Times, writes a compelling and informative editorial called "Why Do We Let Corporations Profit from Rape Videos?" This editorial argues that corporations within the porn industry should be held accountable for rape and sexual abuse content involving minors and adults. Kristof uses many claims to prove his point, but today I will be analyzing his main claim followed by 4 subclaims along with evidence and values he uses to support his argument. He begins by introducing a girl who is a victim to underage exploitation on the porn site Xvideos. This story leads into his main claim, which is women and girls and men and boys are sexually assaulted and secretly filmed, and then video is posted on major website like Xvideos that draws traffic through search engines. This is a claim of fact because it is stating something that has happened in the past, is happening in the present, and what will happen in the future if we do not take steps to end corporations from posting rape and sexual assault videos. Kristof's main claim leads into the first subclaim I will discuss, which states, exploitation is rooted not in a single company but in an industry that operates with impunity, and punishing one corporation may simply benefit the rivals. This is also a fact claim because it is observable through the decrease in viewers on Pornhub, which gives Xvideos a leg up in the industry. Following that claim, he provides a warrant to connect to his evidence. The warrant introduces the rival of Pornhub as being Xvideos. The warrant is followed by a statistic. He explains how big Xvideos is. This statistic is credible because he uses a direct quote from the corporation itself. It states that Xvideos is the biggest adult tube in the industry with an average of 2 billion daily impressions worldwide. This is a segment statistic because it is showing how big the corporation is within the whole porn industry. Kristof uses a rhetorical question such as, why do we let companies get away with this, to provoke the audience to think about the magnitude of the issue. After stating the thought-provoking question, Kristof uses multiple personal testimonies to provide readers with lots of evidence for the argument. Through these stories, he appeals to the audience's emotions. He uses details such as suicide attempts and dreams being destroyed because of these videos. Continuing through the editorial, Kristof makes another subclaim that broadens his audience from porn corporations and watchers to anyone with a social media. Kristof's subclaim is Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and other sites are sprinkled with child abuse imagery. This is a fact claim because it is observable and it applies to the past and the present. This statement immediately broadens the audience. Now, this issue doesn't only affect those who use and own porn, but anyone with a social media. To support this claim, he uses an example of a woman who asked Twitter to remove her shameful videos, and the company ignored her. Then Kristof asked Twitter to remove the videos, and they did immediately. This leads to another subclaim being, relying on newspaper columnists to get non-consensual nudity removed is not a scalable solution. This is a value claim because he is stating his own opinion. The phrase not a scalable solution explicitly states the judgment towards the company. He then supports this value claim with a segment statistic that shows that there are still 4 videos on Xvideos. He then directly addresses the audience and empathizes with them by saying, I know this is hard to read. This acknowledges the reader's emotions and makes him more trustworthy. To close the editorial, he states an explicit value and 4 policy claims in order to provide solutions to keep corporations accountable for their unspeakable actions. I will only be going over 1 policy claim for the sake of time. First, he gives the audience an explicit value by saying, we can be sex positive and exploitation negative. This is a positive and explicit value because it is directly said rather than implied. We do not have to exploit others to promote sex. After the value, he gives a policy claim being, we should create accountability in criminal and civil law, and that is the best way to incentivize companies to clean up their act. The word should identifies this claim to be a course of action. He gives a warrant by showing how if there is bipartisan legislation in the House and Senate, it could induce better corporate behavior. This connects his evidence but this connects to his evidence when he quotes lawyer Mark Radanza, who provides expert testimony to support his claim. In conclusion, Christoph uses compelling arguments and evidence to explain why corporations that upload rape and sexual abuse videos of minors and adults should be held accountable and take steps to get them removed off their sites. He uses value, fact, and policy claims to state his argument. With expert opinions, statistics, and personal stories, he leaves the audience little room to disagree with him. These strategies were effective and persuasive and not only calls the readers into action, but gives steps to end the cruel punishment inflicted on innocent people.